Hi everyone, welcome to Amala Movement. I'm Charlotte. Today we have a morning yoga practice to gently wake up and stretch out the body and leave you feeling refreshed, awake, and feeling good. Let's get started. So we're going to begin this morning's practice in a child's pose. So do take your time to come down towards the floor, joining your big toes together. Knees can be mat distance apart. And really, truly take your time to walk the fingertips towards the front edge of your mat, reaching out through the armpits and then bowing everything down. And we'll just take these first few breaths to surrender, to let go, connecting inwards to the body, mind, and breath. And it's okay if you're feeling a bit tired or a bit sleepy as we enter our practice together. And that can actually bring a sense of calm and presence and ease to your mat. Directing your breath down deep into your belly. And if your thoughts are wandering, that's okay. Just come back to the sound, the ocean sound of your breath. Keeping your focus on the breath. Keep your body heavy, your mind easy and soft. Walking both hands to the right side edge of the mat and let your torso come round as well. Coming into this side stretch. Again, come back to this directional breath, sending the breath down deep into the belly. And then from here, keeping your left hand, your left arm as it is, and threading your right fingers through the gap, coming to rest on your right cheek. And you can even come up onto your left fingertips if this feels nice, opening up further, deeper into that left armpit. One more inhale here. Moving with your breath as you exhale, unthread, bring your right fingertips back to the right hand side and moving slowly, passing through the center of your mat, coming to the left side edge. Take a moment, inhale. The belly filling and rising with the breath. Exhale to soften and let go. Threading your left hand underneath your right armpit, keeping your right hand as it is. Left cheek coming down towards your mat. And the invitation is there to come up onto your right fingertips. We'll be here for one more cycle of breath. So enjoy this quiet time of letting go. And using your breath on an exhale, bringing your left hand back through, bringing both hands to center and slowly, slowly start to press through the tops of the feet, rising up onto all fours. And do take your time with this. Slowly starting to blink the eyes open if they have been closed. And finding a tabletop position. And as we move through this morning practice, can we keep this sensitivity, this quiet time, this mindful way of moving and thinking and breathing? Taking a few cat-cows to wake up the spine. On an inhale, drop the belly. Carve a line with the nose to look forwards. Exhale, rounding through. Move slowly. Inhale, drop the belly. Carve a line with the nose, look forwards. And exhale, rounding the spine. One more time. Inhale, belly forwards. Heart shines forwards. And exhale, rounding the spine. Coming back to tabletop, inhale. Tucking the toes underneath you. Walking the hands a little further forwards. Pressing down through the tips of the fingertips. Grounding down through your knuckles. And on an inhale, very slowly, very mindfully lifting the hips up and back. Finding a downward facing dog. And this isn't about straightening the legs. This isn't about bringing the heels to the earth. But just check in. Check in with how the body's feeling. Rolling through the ankles, rolling through the backs of the legs. Taking any movements of the head or the neck that feels really good and really yummy right now. Settling into stillness. Bend the knees generously so that you can lift the sit bones, so that you can lift your bum up towards the sky. Ground down through the left heel. Inhale, float the right leg up, three-legged dog. We'll pause here for a moment. And let's circle that right ankle in any direction. Return back to the breath. Circle the ankle in the opposite direction. Inhale. On an exhale, squeeze your right knee towards the nose, round the spine. Squeeze your right heel up towards the bottom. Ground down through the tops of your fingers, ground down through your knuckles for 5. Keep squeezing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring everything back up to your downward facing dog. We'll go straight on the other side. Ground down through the right heel. Inhale, sweep your left leg up high. Connect back to the breath. And circling that left ankle in any direction. Notice if you're starting to creep up a little bit of tension in the neck. Just let it go. Come back to the breath. You've got this. Circling that left ankle in the opposite direction if you haven't already. Inhale. Let's do this together. Exhale, squeeze the left knee towards your nose. Round the spine generously. Squeeze your left heel up towards your bottom. Ground down all of your fingertips. Ground down through your knuckles for 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2. Shakes are good. 1. Come back to your downward facing dog. Good. Let's lower the knees. Come off of the wrists. And take a little shake out. Rolling the wrists. Doing what you need to do. Come back to your belly breath. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Good. Mindfully, slowly come back to this still and calm state of mind. We're going to transition back to downward facing dog. So take your time doing so. Tucking the toes, and when you're ready, lifting the hips up and back to find your dog. So we'll take a moment here, and this time I want to invite that we find stillness in our downward facing dog. So can we think about really grounding down through the fingertips so that we can take weight out of the wrists? Feel the arms outwardly rotating, and we can imagine that the armpits are shining forwards to face each other. Draw the belly button in and up towards the spine, feeling that engagement of the core. Bending the knees is a beautiful thing, so that we can lift our hips up high, so that we've got a beautiful diagonal line all the way down our spine, like it's a little slide or a little slope. Stay with me for 3, 2, 1, and start to walk your feet up towards your hands, but stop about halfway. So we're taking a very, very small downward facing dog, and you can even come up onto your fingertips. So lift the palms away from the earth. So it's not quite a forward fold where we're really over the legs. It's kind of this in-between place. Working towards softening the heels back down in towards your mat. So in order to do that, we can help ourselves by bending the knees, thinking about drawing your hips, your hip creases up towards the sky. Let the head hang heavy. Direct your breath into your belly. Planting through your palms, stepping back to downward facing dog. Just for one breath here. Inhale. Carve a line with your nose to look forward. Exhale. As slowly as you can, start to bend your knees. Keep looking forwards, or rather keeping the spine nice and long, so not breaking the line of the neck by looking up towards the sky. We're going to hover the knees away from the mat, as close to the mat as you can, about a centimetre distance. Ground down through the fingertips, ground down through the knuckles for 5, 4. Use your breath to support you. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees. Child's pose. Send the hips back. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Surrender and let go. Exhaling. And I invite you to do this movement with intention, with a purpose. Walking your hands in towards your pelvis, and very slowly, very, very slowly, roll all the way up through the spine. Take your time. Find length through the spine, length through the back of the neck. Come to sit tall. Your eyes can be open or closed. Fingertips come down towards the mat and walk them back behind you. So we're opening through the front of the chest, collarbones wide, shoulders wide. Imagine you're squeezing a little pencil in between the scapula, in between the shoulder blades. Notice what this does. Physically on the body, maybe it brings up an emotion or an experience or a feeling. Can you sit with that? Keep this openness through the chest. Slowly look over your left shoulder. Coming back to center. Spine stays long, neck stays long. Looking over your right shoulder. Bring the head back to center. And very slowly, slowly bringing the palms together. Anjali Mudra. Thumbs resting at the heart. Sitting tall. Your heart is open, your energy is shining out of you. And I would like to invite that throughout the rest of the day, if ever you feel as though you need a little pick-me-up, you need that spark of energy or light or intention, you can tap back into the tools of yoga. You know, yoga can help us to feel all of these wonderful things. And it all starts with the breath. If we can just take a moment throughout the day to send the breath with purpose and meaning down in towards the belly, if we can breathe deep. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me today. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.